Hello one and all, and welcome back to Let's Play Empyrion Galactic Survival with me, EkkiThump. This time round we're going to be doing a big build video as promised, of a design that I've been working on for a few days. We've picked a fantastic time to start, 10.5 hours till sunup, but we're going to be working mostly in integrity mode anyway, I imagine, so it's not the worst. And let's do that now. And get the base starter out. So we do need quite a bit of space, so I've come out here to a flattish part that's set away from Atwin a bit. I think I fancy here. There we go. So that's the base starter placed. And we're going to get a very large foundation. So we're aiming for 53 wide, 42 tall, plus a little extra bit on one end. You'll see what I mean when I finish laying it out. So let's have... I want to hide the base core behind some of the stuff that's going to go on top. So if I do something like 13, 1, 2, 3. There we go. Okay, so that's 11, 12, 13. 2, 3, 4, 5, and that should be the full width of what we need to do. So I'm just using the F&F tool to raise the ground here, to flatten the space out and get these well, this is going to be part of the floor, get this fully supported. Right, so here I've got been around with the F&F tool, done quite a bit of terrain modification, and now I've got a 3 wide strip that's completely supported, or like one block off supported. F&F tool is a bit of a fiddle to use, isn't it? I've never really played with it much before, to be honest. But anyway, now we've now got 3, and we're going to go. We want to go to 42 in that direction. So we've got 3, 4, 6. Yeah. Just gonna have to nip back to base, get my mining tool out, I think, 'cause this terrain needs to be lowered more than the F&F tool wants to lower it. Just doing short blasts because I don't want to lower it much, I just want to be able to get the blocks down. 22, 23, 42. Okay, so we have the basic width and length of the base, and I'm just going to fill in the foundation. Right, so here is the 53 by 42 main frame with some stuff filled in down here. Let's see if we can start filling these rows, and this time I'm going to try and preserve integrity using the F&F tool. Rather than putting extra blocks to support things. Fucking... I really hate it when it does that. We just lost contact as we were about to let go of the mouse, so hopefully it's not placing anything where it shouldn't. Just refill my oxygen here. I'll have a zap along with the F&F tool, fill in the ground below these blocks. Okay, well, Jesus, that took a while. Here is the main floor of the building we're going to construct. There's a little bit extra needs to go on this end, but I think just to make sure I've got everything laid out as I intended, what I'm now going to do is go around and just fill in where the walls and everything are supposed to be. So I know I need a wall there, and I think I've got 1, 2, 3. There we are. And yeah, that is all the wall planning done. There is something I need to put down over here, but I haven't written down the measurements for it, so I'll put that in later. What I need to do now is fill in some of the floor features. Right, so it won't be immediately apparent why I'm doing this, but trust me, I've tried it and it does work. I need to go 13 blocks in. Right, what I'm going to put down here are... which ones were they actually? I think it was these, corner long D. Yeah, that works. So we've got that there in a little star arrangement. Why am I doing that? You'll find out, but I'm going to put some more of them down first. 40. Oh my god. Okay, I'm going to have to have a look at my design and see where things are going wrong here. These two here I had counted. It should be like 13 on that side and 13 on that side. I don't know if I've made the platform too wide, perhaps. I can only think we may have gone too wide, like 3 blocks too wide. So that should be the actual width of it. So let me double check how wide it is now. Should be 53. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 7, 8, 9, 20. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 30. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 40. 2, 3, 6, 50. Yeah, 53. There we go. Okay. Right, I'm going to put these planks in the Paladin's constructor and it's going to turn them back into wood blocks for me. I'm also going to make sure I've got enough O2 lying around. So here's a quick overview of the floor plan. You can see we've got a very big chamber here in the middle, and we've also got a few rogue bits of rock poking through the floor. which I can deal with the mining tool, not a problem. Anyway, right. So now that I'm sure the building's the right size, let's get the rest of my... I've got to put some more of these stars down at this end of the building. So, here we go. I've put them all in, all the little stars on the ground. So what's with these stars? Why am I doing this? Well, as a feature of this build, what we're going to do is take advantage of the fact that these sort of half blocks, these cutout pieces, actually take up an entire voxel, and not only that, they, believe it or not, provide structural integrity to what's above them. So let me get out these large corner blocks. Do I want large corners or do I want little corners? Let's go for large corners, see how it looks. Can go either way. So you'll notice this corner piece here is actually floating in midair above the blocks. I have to do this with the drone because it can be a bit tricky to place them. Actually, let's get the little corners. I like those better. Let me put this one down here. So you see that? And that is actually going to be a feature of this build. What we are going to do is build some floating platforms, some floating like gem-like constructions holding things up. So I'm going to put these in. Can be a little bit tricky. You have to do this with the drone mostly, just because you have to get the angle. Basically, you have to plonk at least the first block like directly above. Let me flip this over. Put that one there. And on top of this, we're just going to go for a flat. We're going to do a flat wall, and just to enhance the effect, we're going to put the wall on top of the voxel. There's that one there, that one there, that one there, that one there. And as far as the game's concerned, this here is a solid column. All of these blocks are completely supporting the block above, which is, I mean, sometimes it's annoying that voxels take up the entire like cube. For this purpose, though, we're actually going to use it to create a pretty cool effect, pretty cool building effect. So I'm going to build a platform along here actually that's going to be completely supported by 6 of these at the front, first of all. So we'll see how that looks when I've finished. So let me get the rest of these down, and we'll cut back in when I've completed the first row of the platform. And there you go. As you see from the integrity map in there, this long platform here, as far as the game's concerned, this like 4 blocks here are entirely supported by a solid 2x2 column beneath them, even though actually there's quite a lot of empty air there. This only works for like building and integrity purposes, by the way. If you try and do this horizontally, you can't like build a bridge that you can walk across using this method. Although the blocks will be considered to be connected to each other for purposes of supporting each other, you try and walk through them and you just fall through the gap. It is rendered, the collision is rendered slightly more accurately than the support and the integrity mapping. But this works for what we want it to do. So next thing I'm going to do is put a staircase down so that I can access that upper floor. So let me switch out of drone mode and back into my inventory for a second. I've got some stair blocks already to hand. Despoiled from the various alien bases that we've conquered during the game. And to make these a bit nicer, we're going to use the sort of slope blocks, these thin slopes, which we're going to flip that way. There we go. Now, I think the plan was to conceal the sides, and I'm actually going to do that. I'm not a fan of the way this looks, although it does tie in with the whole like mysterious supporting force look of the building. I am actually going to cover up the sides with, where are they? The sloped walls. There they are. Also gives us a bit more freedom to change the texture of the blocks to something a bit more attractive, because the stair blocks don't actually look all that good if you just leave them exposed. Okay, and I'm going to add the crystals to the rest of these stars, and what we're going to do is push it up a little bit higher with each row we go back, and eventually we're going to have a complete set of platforms going all the way to the back wall. So I will get busy with that, and I'll cut in when we've finished that stage of it, I think. Alright, so here I have basically a row of 3 platforms rising up in a sort of terrace formation, supported by these lovely floating gem structures beneath them, these crystals. Just take a moment and look at like how strange this is. This doesn't, to me, look like it should be standing up at all, but there you go. But what's the point of this? What are we actually building here? Well, our growing empire is currently short of one thing, and that is an inefficient bureaucracy. So I've decided to remedy that by building here on Omicron Moon, planet number 4 in our campaign of conquest, the Imperial Senate building. And this here is going to be the main debating chamber. So to that end, I've brought with me some deco blocks, and what we're going to do is go along and set these to sofa, and we're just going to plop these down. So there we go, that's the layout of the delegate seating. Now the next thing we're missing, obviously, is a place from which I, as Emperor, can address my loyal political supporters, and that's what the remaining 2 stars over here are for. We're going to build up from here a sort of grand podium where I can stand and declaim to the assembled throng. So similar sort of setup, we're going to have 2 crystal columns supporting the podium, which is going to be accessible by the extra part on the back that I was talking about, the Emperor's private entrance. So we're going to get started on that. We're going to come over here, get the wood back out, and build these up, and obviously they need to be a little bit higher so that we can see and look down on everyone. Fair bit of wood left actually, although I'm beginning to suspect not enough. But let's get this underway. And here we go. So this is the Emperor's platform. This is where we'll stand to address the Senate. And of course it needs one more thing. There. just to ensure efficiency and promote consensus. So we have to add the Emperor's private entrance and rest quarters, like behind here. Also over here, what I need to do is get the elevator blocks, which I've forgotten to bring with me. So over on this side, what we're going to have is the workstations for the delegates' private aids. Oh god, I need oxygen. Yeah, so do I have enough deco blocks left? I have 26, not enough. I'm going to have to see if I've got more plastic material back at base so I can build more of those. But what we're going to do here is everyone basically gets a bookshelf. And then next to the bookshelf, facing into the Senate, they get their workstation. Which I've put in the wrong place, so you rip his back out again. You can see why it took me so long to get one of these videos out, can't you? I'm forever putting things down and realising I've screwed it up. Yeah, so we want 2x2 windows vertical. We drop out of drawing mode. And then here. So everyone gets a workstation there. And then obviously we're just going to build this up, and there's going to be a basically 3 floors of these workstations. Not everyone's going to get a window because some of it would just be looking out onto the platforms there. Like the view would be obstructed. Yeah. So at this point, let me head back to base and see if I've got any more plastic raw material laying around. So I'm going to need more deco blocks. I don't have any more plastic. I'm not even sure how you make it. We need corn. Oh, 1 corn, 5 rock dust makes 20 plastic raw material. So fine, let's go and pick some corn. I've no idea what the connection is between raw corn and plastic. I'm sure it is somehow related. Okay, so there's 195 plastic, and now deco blocks. Okay, and we're back. Still think I may need more, but I've just made 50. These deco blocks are another example of the multi-block like types. You can see here 1 deco block can be a bed, it can be a bunk bed, it can be the sofas that we've got in the main chamber, or indeed it can be these PC stations. There's that one and that one. I'm going to want elevator blocks instead of the mining tool. Go there. And we want to raise this wall up. So yeah, I'm going to need more deco blocks, and because I've only got 1500 wood left, so I reckon I'm going to need more of that as well. But you can see the general idea. So we've got all along here, we've got a bookcase and a control station each. Down on the second floor, where part of the view would be blocked off anyway, instead we've got a couple of kitchen counters and a little breakout zone. So the policy wonks in here can grab some coffee while they watch the senators in action. And then the ground floor, none of it's blocked off, so it's all business. And basically everywhere where it would make sense, there's a 2x2 window block. So here's a quick vista of what we've built so far. next thing I'm actually going to start doing is a bit of work on this side of the building, which is going to be the public viewing gallery. And there's going to be sort of under here. There's going to be we're going to need more deco blocks because it's going to be like a public canteen and a public bathroom at the end here. But on top of it all, there's a nice shot of Aqua. On top of it all is going to be the viewing platform where members of the public can go and stand and look down on the senators agreeing with the Emperor. So let's get that underway. We want our stair blocks. 30 should be enough. It's going to be a pretty wide staircase. Let's get this wall built up first so that we know how far in we actually want to go with the staircase. Because what we want is to have the gallery kind of above. Well, I guess we want like a two-level gallery, sort of one on a level with, I guess, this platform here that will look down, overlooking these senators, and then one a bit further up that looks down on these guys. So we're going to flip these ramp blocks like that. Put them this way around. Is that right? Oh no, that's not right. I want the sort of half. There we go. Sort of half flattened bit on top. There's that viewing platform is going to come out from there. So now we know how high we need the stairs to go. Yeah. And similar sort of design underneath with the, where are they? Thin slopes, there we are. And then that's pretty much just going to come directly across. So let's build that up. And then we just fill this in. Now we want this to come up. Just very slightly. And again with the upended oh, the other way around. Ramp tops. And here we have ramp bottoms going halfway up. Yeah, definitely need more wood. Ramp bottoms which take you kind of half a block upwards without having to jump. So the idea is the public come in here, up the grand staircase, to the viewing gallery, up these blocks, and actually they can't see very well up the sides here, can they? The trouble is in Empyrion there's no half blocks. Yeah, we can, instead of these we can put railings in there or something like that. Yeah, we'll just put railings in there, like a full block tall of like grating or something, or even just windows. Actually, that might work. Okay, oxygen. So let's complete this wall here. So we want to drag this out. We still want the ramp bottoms along the row here, and this is the outside wall, we must remember that. so the public can come here and view the senators from above. Okay, so that's the viewing gallery pretty much in place. There's walls to actually this can just be a regular thingamajig now, like that. What have we got left to do? There's a fancy bit to put on the front here. Still got the Emperor's private quarters, and I need the power shed. Well, that might go in the private quarters. And I need to put a roof on, don't I? First of all, let's go and do the private quarters. This here. That's the far end of the private quarters, so that's like the outside wall of it. This is going to be another F&F job to pull the ground up beneath it. So we've got a nice 3-width corridor where the private entrance can be. And let's add a 4th column of blocks for the outside wall. So that's going to be the doorway to the actual Emperor's private quarters itself. Just so we don't forget, that's the outside wall. Need more elevator blocks as well. But there'll be elevator access at the back here that takes them up to the podium. So we need a floor there. And between that, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So if you have 1, 2, 3, 4, and then a block there, and then 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so we're going to have an actual entrance, like a vestibule here where he goes into the podium. I guess reception room down here, office / bedroom, and the speaking chamber. So that's that. Now I need to think about the shape of this entranceway. Let's just do sheer walls for like a few high. I'm pretty sure it does the F&F work at the block your character's pointing at, and not the block the drone's pointing at. Now if I take this wood block out and place it, yeah, and that's perfect. That's in contact with the ground now. That's really all we need. It doesn't matter if a few blocks are floating, because we're not going out any further this way. Right, so that is 1 high. Let's go up again. I want a bit of a smoother slope. I don't think I can get one. So I guess we're just going for normal slope blocks instead. That'll do, and then we pull this over here. Yeah, this will be fine. Okay, and we'll fill these in. Flood fill. Should be able to get it in 2. Yeah. This will need to come up right to the top here at the very least. It's a bit tight actually in here. It'll be fine. I am a sort of roving, adventuring emperor. I'm not going to be spending all my life in the Senate complex. Go, that's where the floors go, so let's fill in the gaps. There we go. Right, I think at this point I'm going to pop back to Atuin, get hopefully another couple of thousand wood blocks if I can, get the rest of the deco blocks, get more oxygen supplies. Right, so I've got 2,500 blocks, and I've got probably about 2,500 more. Oh god, I forgot the elevator blocks. Anyway, 2,500 blocks of wood more back in Atuin. I hope that's going to be enough actually, because it's going to be quite a big roof going on this place, isn't it? Right, what was I doing before then? Do you know, it's taken so long to build the rest of this wood that I've actually forgotten. Right, we just finished the basics of the Emperor's chamber. What's it? Quarters. I guess let's get the back wall on, and then, whoops. Where the fuck am I? Oh, here I am. I was wondering what the hell was happening then. I'm in this elevator, upside down apparently. Let's get the back wall on, and try and get the roof on. Then I've got to build the utility shed where the ammo boxes and the generator and fuel tank are going to go. That should hopefully be it. I did remember to bring the deco blocks, so I can do that as well while I'm here. Alright, back into drone mode. So we want to go at least this high. Okay, how much room do these senators need on the top floor? Let's go up another one. Actually, you know what, let's... screw it, let's go up another one around all the walls. Then we can start to... we'll get the fancy bit on the front and then we'll get the roof on. Oh yeah, this is going to be a shutter door. I'm thinking just 3 by 5 by 3 possibly. Actually no, it can be a hangar door. Hangar doors do look a bit better than shutter doors when they're closed. I was thinking shutter door because it kind of looks like a blast door when it's lowered. But hangar door looks just as well. They've got a surprisingly large amount of hit points as well, those hangar doors. Oh, we've gone one too far here. Have we? No, that was right, because that's got to come across, doesn't it? Yeah, that was right. We're going to need to go up a bit more, aren't we? Because there needs to be room above the Emperor's head. So we still need to go up a few more. I want a... what's the smallest hangar door possible? Let me check that actually. Right, 5 by 3 is the smallest, and I think that's what we want. So 1, 3, 5, and 3 tall. So that is where the Emperor comes in. And I think that's a good height. So we'll fill in up to here. So that's going to be the overall height of like the main building. I'll have a hangar door in there, and that'll be like the Emperor's entrance to the Senate chamber. Okay, the walls are on right the way around. Possibly we could actually add more of these offices over here. You think about that. We're either going to add more offices, or we're going to just slant that up towards the outer wall. I'm not sure yet. I suppose it depends whether I can muster the materials to make the deco blocks. I should have more corn by now. Right, let's carry on with the structural work and get the front on. So the idea for the front is to have obviously another 2 crystal pillars at the sides supporting a sort of fake Parthenon, the sort of Greek design, like you see on basically the front of, well, any neoclassical building, but the American one of the Senate buildings, for example. Which one it is off the top of my head, I can't remember. And if you look at how massive and like airy this building is, there's so many open spaces. I can't believe the integrity is really holding up this well. So we want one here, and we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, that's 6 in. Which is pretty much perfect, because then we have slanted edge. How many have we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If we bring this out another one further, yeah, I think we bring this out to 6 as well. Then we can have like a 1 block space at the edge, and then a little 4x4 sloped up platform, and then a 2x2 arrangement, which is what supports the pillar itself. And then we'll work out like a little access ramp up the front here, obviously. Might just raise the ground with the F&F tool, see if I can get a sort of natural earth slope up to it. But we'll worry about that a bit later. First of all, we want, I think, a large corner for the edges. It's going to be that one. 1, 2, and that one. Yep, that looks right to me. And then we do the same thing at the other end. So that is going to be the level of the outside of the main roof. And I just need to extend this out a little bit. Well, we possibly need to block this off. and sort of have the entrance swinging round this way. So we've gone off piece slightly and moved the Imperial entrance to there. And I am down to 194 blocks of wood in my inventory and 2,000 back at base. Do you know, I think we're actually going to be pushing it to get this finished without going back to cut down more trees. Let's go and process more wood blocks. Okay, I'm back with almost 2,500 wood. That is all the wood we brought from Omicron. So if this isn't enough, I'm going to have to go cut down some more trees. So let's hope it's enough. It won't be enough. I mean, the base is bigger than 50 by 40, and 50 by 40 is 2,000 blocks. Anyway, so what we want is to have the roof probably not just entirely peaked, but slanting up. Let's see. It's how wide was it actually? Where's my notebook? So if I go 14, there's going to be integrity issues going up 14 blocks. But what I had in mind is if I do this, so we've got to go much higher than that, and that's already starting to look a bit peaky. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Can we go for 9? Shit. No, we can't go for 9. So we can go 8 up. This is just going to be repeated all the way along. So let's actually get these down. Okay, and this is getting back into the danger zone. See how it looks from the outside. That might be high enough actually. Yeah, that'll do. Okay, now here I actually need to raise the inside wall. I'm just going to get these blocks in place so that when I change out the other blocks, it doesn't just bring the whole thing down. Okay, let me put these right below. So that one goes there. Right, let's do the same thing on the other side. Six. double check on the other side. Do you reckon I can make that jump to the Emperor's platform with my jetpack? Let's have a go. Oh yes, skills. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Actually 7. So we need to go one more. Did I bring the yes, I did bring the elevator blocks with me. So let's go through here. Yes, I've got all this to do and I'm down to my last 1,000 wood. What the hell is that? Why is that there? Fucking... Such a goddamn fucking drone. I think I might have to slip this hangar door in. Because this bit here in the middle is rather lacking in support. That's 5 by 3. We need to go 2 out. Not sure we're going to make it. No, that is 1 block away from falling down, I think. Let me... I'm just going to make a backup here in case this does fall down, because that's a lot of wood to waste. Oh, no. We're alright. We've got 1 block left, I think. That is very, very red. Gonna have to be careful about how we build the roof out. So I'm going to need support towers in the middle. I think we decided we can only go 7 blocks away from a completely grounded block. If I build a support up on the side of these stairs... Yeah, actually this will work. So we'll have a support tower going up in the middle here. And we can have some more going further back. So let's start by taking that one, taking those off. 18, 19, 21. Two, 3, 4. So let's build out from here and see how far we can get, and then we'll know where we need to put the next support. Yeah, and that is as far as we can go. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3. So we need another grounded tower. blocks away from this one. 1, 2. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then 1, 2, 3, 4. I think it's this one. It's 1, 2. That's 1, 2, 3, 4 unsupported blocks, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And that's 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, and that'll line up with that one. Okay, and then we can come out 1, 2, 3, 4 blocks. 1, 2, 3, 4 blocks. Okay, well, we've got 62 blocks of wood left. I guess I'm going back to Omicron. Before I do that, let's put some of these blocks that I've got hanging around down. So we want a door here. What was the other shutter for? I've forgotten. Oh, it was for the front here, wasn't it? Yeah, so that goes there. I've got some deco blocks that I can put down. Let's complete the offices first of all. What was bookcases? Well, let's put the PCs down first. Let's put the rest of the deco blocks in the Emperor's chamber. So here we'd have a security desk. And at the back here, now this was going to be a kind of private office. What do we have? Not a great deal, really. Let's just have some more of these PCs. We need to give people a bit of space. So that's the private office. Sentry guns. Is that facing the right way? That's facing the wrong way, isn't it? and we can have one on the ceiling. There we go. And one, which way around is it? That way around, isn't it? And one there. Up here, this is sort of the private quarters area. Let's get the deco blocks back out. So the Emperor gets bed. Far end here. Shower, toilet, and need a bathroom vanity unit. Let's have the bathroom vanity like that. Yeah. And also what we're going to have up here is the... Actually, no, let's have it in the office downstairs if we've got room for it. The fuel tank and generator. Which way around does it look? Does it look better, do you think? Like that or like that? I think the other way around. Like that. I've no idea what's using power. Well, I guess the guns draw a little bit, don't they? Let's power it off now. And I'm going to want a automatic door to go here. Anyway, back to Omicron for me. Okay, an hour later, I am back with 2,000 wood almost, well, more than 2,000 wood in my inventory, and a bunch more on the go. So let's continue. Now we want to come 7 blocks away to keep it symmetrical. So 1, there's 1, and 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 1 there. Okay, let's get that filled in. Oh, not with those. We can come out 1, 2, 3, and 4. Yeah, I've put this one too far back, so I'm going to have to extend this up. If I actually bring this office roof all the way up, or at least part of it, I reckon we can actually get a little bit of coverage from that. 1, 2, 3, 4. That might need to come a little bit further out. So I reckon we need possibly 2 more supports. And I think the best place for them is actually right there. Let's get rid of this. God. Okay, well, we'll actually continue. Yeah, we'll just continue the crystals up to the ceiling. Damn it, I need more multi-tool charges. I'm going to need more wood anyway. So I'm off back to base for wood and tool charges. So here's what I've gone for one of the final supports, keeping with the empty space theme. I think it looks rather good. It's something a bit different from the crystals. It's actually like projecting from a crystal down here. And once again, that is a solid 4x4 column as far as the game's concerned. It's holding the roof up. Might try it on some of the other columns as well, actually. Some of these shapes, like these ones in the middle, which are blocking the Emperor's view to his loyal, well, loyal-ish subjects down here. But first of all, I'm going to finish off this last column over here. Alright, we've got the roof of the main chamber on. Nothing's falling down. Looks good to me. potentially a bit of remodeling to do with the central columns here. Let's get the outside done first, because we still need to finish off this thing. Okay, that's as far out as we need to come. That'll do the job. Lovely. Right, I've got to do a small extension on the other end. And that should then be the main structural work done. I'll just break this up a bit on this side so that it's not entirely flat and sheer. Let's get rid of this block here now. Oh yes, and we need to roof off the Imperial entrance here. So let's do that. Okay. Let's try and bring this up a bit. And let's just move the paladin back slightly so I can do the same thing here. And also there we have to do something with this area. One, two. Let me actually texture this. Oh, let me not. Right. I was going to do it, but it's still really, really dark. 1, 2. This area, starting here. And this area starting here. Okay, oh, there are a little bit more. I've got to do the walls over here. Let me get in closer. Yeah, this will just slope towards the wall. Yeah, and this side is mostly supposed to stay open. I probably want to build this up a little bit. Yeah, and we'll just run the railing right the way across there. So actually, do I even need this wall coming up here? Or could I don't want to take it out. Don't want to take it out too much, but if I just convert this bit to an outward slope. They can just be like that. Okay, well, unless I'm forgetting anything, I think that is the main structural work done. There's a little bit of deco block placement to go. There's a couple of doors need to go in, and I need to get the lights in. And then after that, I just need to get out my texture gun and do the whole thing. Oh, and I need to put metal railings in here. Well, I did try. I did try removing these pillars and replacing them with something similar to the pillars at the back there. Didn't really work out. The view is still a bit obscured, so I think we're going to take the easy way out and just try and move the podium forward. It will mean the Emperor having to crane his neck a little bit to see the front row here, but yeah, I think that's the only other option really. So if we can just get this out to there, and that looks like it's going to be okay. We'll just remove this block here and plug it in. I think I've managed to put these off center somehow. Doesn't matter. It'll be fine. And we'll leave those turrets there. I think we're going to want, in that case, another set of turrets. So we're going to have the podium, let's see, this one. there. And we need, what was it, 3 by something? I've got plenty more cannon turrets. 3 by 3. Where's my wood? There it is. So what I'm thinking is if I just have 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 2, 3. Pull this block out. There we go. I've finished. I've moved this column, taken it out, moved it 1 over. Managed to do it without the roof falling in, which I'm rather impressed with. And actually this looks rather grander, doesn't it? This definitely says, hey, I am the Emperor. So I think what I'm going to have to do is, I mean, these seats are completely pointless. No one's going to be able to see anything if they sit there. So let's take those out. So I think what I'm going to do next is, well, I want to do the texturing work, but as you can see, it's like 9 hours till sunup. So I think I might have to start with getting some lighting down. Now I did bring some lights with me, and we have some fuel in the tank, so when I turn the base on, we should hopefully be able to see what we're doing. So let's start actually with, I'm going to turn integrity off because we're not changing the structure much anymore. Let's see how the lights look. Let me turn the base on. If I put myself in drone mode, and let's start with some round lights. Now this is probably going to be too far away, but I just want to see how far away it is. If I put a light on the back of this crystal here. Drop out of drone mode. Not too bad actually. It might be better off as a flare. Let me just flip the paladin round, because it has a spotlight on the front, which is going to confuse things. Let's auto group everything first of all. Yeah, we increased the range. 35 meters is plenty. What kind of colour should we go for? Should we stick with our pale blue? Let's try a higher intensity. So that's actually pretty decent. Gives it a nice moody glow on the outside. Let's try one of these flares, which I've never built with before. And let's have a look at how well that does. Not as impressed with that one. It doesn't seem to generate the same level of light intensity. So let's trash that. Other option is, well, we've got these interior strip lights, or we've got these lights here. That's Again, crank up the intensity. I am liking that. Now let's see, how wide did we say this was? This was 42, so it's impossible to centre it exactly. But if I go 21 across, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, that works. I think I'm also going to have one here. And one... I was literally one block too far away for the drone to reach. One here, in front of this crystal. Next challenge is to light up this inner hallway here. I think for this one we'll switch back to interior lights. Yeah. Right, let's swap this one out for one of those external lights. Right, I'm going to group the lights up just so I know which one's which if I want to play with the colours or anything like that later. So I think these can be quite high up. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 10. Yeah, let's have it there instead. While I'm up here, I can get my railings down. Trouble with these is they don't quite go where you want them to. I'd almost like a sort of 3/4 slope just to get a little bit higher here, because half a block is still quite a lot of railing to have to peer over. Maybe I can try some shuttered windows or something there instead. For now, let's just get these on. This should be quite simple. A few, I think we just want white lights in here. Have I grouped everything? Let's just double check. Yeah, nothing in grouped. So how wide is this room? 1, 2, 3, 4. So I think if I go 5 in, 1, 2, so we'll come 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 1, 2, 4, 5, and then 1 here. 2, 3, 4, 5. And one there. Yep, that's good. Now we need some lights in the debate chamber. I'm just going to rotate these and use one there. One there. I'm going to set these to red. Now these offices are actually pretty well lit anyway, because of the light coming in from the debate chamber. I'm not sure if they actually need their own lights. Maybe just have one at each end, like one at the far end. So I think the offices are well lit enough, with the light on the end and the light coming off the Senate floor. I'm not sure about the bright green. Let's see what it looks like with pale green. Maybe actually we do want some more. I've got some spare lights here. I've been back to Atawin and made some more. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, and 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We've got 12 columns. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's try putting one here. I've got one more set of lights to add in the Emperor's private chamber. It's quite surprising actually how much light you get off one little lamp. I mean, it does say the range of them is 35 meters. I'm not quite sure it's exactly that long. Right, no messing around in here. This is going to be red. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. One there. That's plenty. But in the actual office itself, I think we'll go for a cooler shade of blue. We're doing quite well here. All these lights and guns, but one small generator and a T2 fuel tank full of hydro packs runs it for about 3 hours. We'd get more if we were actually going to live here and we were using proper Prometheum fuel to power it. I need to put the light down here, don't I? We'll just have a light at the back here, which can be pale blue. That one. And same there. And here, I guess we want to kind of backlight the Emperor's entrance. 2, 3, 2, 3. That'll do. So that's an offset from the elevator, actually. Oh yeah, this old podium can come out now, can't it? Okay, that's the lighting done. So let's get... Oh, turn the jetpack on. Let's go and start on the texture work. So I think external walls, pretty obvious. We're just going to go with marble. Just going to get me drill out. This is going to be the odd bit of rock poking through the ground from the old F&F tool. Which one was the marble? It's that one, wasn't it? We're going to apply to whole block. Right, now let's sort out a texture design for these crystals. How do these look if I put them on? Yeah, I like that. I did bring the colour tool with me. Amazing. I actually brought it with me when I needed it. Okay, let's try a few different shades of blue for that. Not that one. That's close. It's a bit too dark. I think we're going with that one. Now we've got to figure out something for the crystal itself. It's almost right. Yeah, I think that's the best looking setup I can find. Yeah, okay, we're going with that. Let's repeat that at the other side. Okay, and let's get the bit up here marbled up. Right, that's part one of the texturing done. Oh no, hang on. Just got to get that last bit on the end there. Now, well, we know all the external walls are going to be marble anyway, so let's... Oh, there's a bit missing there. We know all the external walls are going to be marble, so what I might do is go around and do those first. Looks like we may be able to get away with doing the ceiling from the inside, apart from the slopes on the outside. when it comes time to do that, what I might actually do is just take the striker up there and park it on the roof. Okay, all the outsides are now marble. So let's go inside and start work on the entrance hall. Wonder actually, what does this hangar door look like if I set this to white? Or, yeah, that fits better, doesn't it? Kind of silvery grey. Yeah, we'll go with that. Now I'm thinking marble floors to begin with, but possibly something different in the actual chambers. So marble will sort of end here. And we'll use those fancy wood blocks just to mark off the boundaries between areas. I think we'll actually possibly... There's only one kind of fancy wood. Unless I build like that out of mahogany. Or I could put that here. No, I prefer this. Yeah, I think we're just going to have to use the same shade of wood for all of these. It's a pity there isn't another one. And that annoys me. Look at this. The texture here doesn't line up properly. It would line up properly if that block was on top of that block, I think. But we can't even turn it round. Well, it's asymmetric anyway, let's take that out. I think it looks better though, doesn't it? Let's put those textures on. Yeah, I think that looks better than just the individual slope blocks. Right, I need to get back to the Paladin and get the O2. These walls here, they can all be the same fancy wood. I'm not sure about the gallery. I'll come back to that. So, what do I want to do with these walls? If I do these in a fairly bright shade of grey. Okay, I'm liking that. It just saves putting marble on everything. And we'll have a glass door here. Right, so what we're going to do with this area is make it into a public canteen. It's a bit bright actually, isn't there? Is there darker shades I can use? Okay. And some deco blocks. Obviously all we really want here is just some kitchen counters. Let's see. So if we want 2, then we're going to, well, actually we want 4, don't we? So that is 8 blocks plus 3 between. Yes. So we need 11 width, and we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So we need to come 3 away from the wall. So 1, 2, 3 on there. That one, and that one. Now I need to pick a colour for these. That'll do. Let's go for these. Oh, I was actually thinking they looked pretty decent in the darker colours. Like that, yeah. And again, I think just a fancy wood divider on the floor here. Automatic door on. Now this wall, could do like that. And the other thing I'm going to do in here is mount a TV on the wall. Because if there's one thing people seem to like while they're having dinner, it's watching the news. Ah, the Paladin can't actually make deco blocks. Of course it can't. Okay, not a problem. We can always head back to base and do it a bit later. And in here, this is going to be a public bathroom. So we actually want this wall to be... Now, do we want that, or do we want the sort of smooth... The other side's obviously going to be wood. But in here, I think it might look better to have just... very plain greyish sort of wall. Okay, we're going to need more deco blocks to finish this off. But I think we can have a couple of bathroom sinks over here. and just like bathroom stalls against this wall. Right, I have returned and I've brought additional toilets. And there we go. Not a lot of privacy. I think what I can do is make some doors to stick on the front of them. Right, so continuing from west to east, well, from east to west actually. Got to do the gallery next. Now this bit we could do in marble. Where's my texture tool gone? Or we could do... oh shit. Oh no, that's alright. I'm just thinking I'm going to have to go down and put something else on the roof downstairs. That's fine, I can do that. Well, we could do this. Yeah, let's do that. Yeah, I'm liking the slightly paler blue there. I think this is actually the default shade for the checkerboard blocks. Very good. Wood there, there, and there. And there. These big supports I think might look a bit better if they look like big blocks of stone. Right, so as long as we do the ones that haven't been textured yet, we're alright to just do the whole block as normal. Just got to make sure we don't overwrite the texture of the toilet, otherwise I'll have to go back and do it again. Okay, next I think well, what are we going to do the floor actually in here first of all? I think it might be good to have the carpet texture. If I run this across here to mark the edge. Let me use this one on this side of it. So I've got the Senate floor done pretty much how I want it. Now I've got to go around and zap all these sofas to the correct colour. All the ones that were here, unfortunately, I had to pick up and replace. It's time for some more O2, and then I think we're going to do those crystals. I've got to think of something to do with the floor under the podium. So let's have a line of fancy wood here. Yeah, and this bit can just be the different carpet. Now I need a way of hiding the core. Got these walkway blocks. Let's see how it looks if I put these down like this. Pretty good actually. Yeah, can't do anything with these. Well, you can colour them, I suppose. Let's just do this floor in black, I think. Okay, let's get these crystals done and the rest of the pillars in this room. So we have our crystals in place, and all the blocks related to them are recoloured. Got all the pillars done. I need to get this platform done next. If I do this in the same material as the columns, how does that look? Seems alright actually, doesn't it? Right. Let's get these sofas out. And let's do these like so. Let's actually get one more. One more light in here. What colour? What texture do we want this ramp to be? Yeah, let's go stick with the fancy wood. And again, we probably want another light at the back here. Okay, so we've got to get the rest of the sofas back in. But that's the top of the platform done. Let's see, make sure we've got full coverage underneath. Yeah, I thought so. Just got to do these underslopes. Yeah. Underneath there, I'll just detexture these parts where it's showing through. Because I think from the underside it looks better as a whole texture there. Okay, so actually not a great deal left to do now. There's the offices over here, which are just going to be wood. We've got to see what we want to do for the Emperor's platform and do the texturing in his private chambers, and then we've got to put the roof on. Let's do this bit, because this is quite easy. This is literally just fancy wood all the way around. Which I'm afraid we're going to have to do with the drone. So what do we want to do for the floor in here? Yeah, we'll just do this carpet here. That'll do. Yeah, That's good. Now, do I want to recolour this carpet? Ugh, that's horrible. Yeah, I think I actually want it blue. I'm gonna have blue furniture as well. Okay, so for the platform I've decided to go for some solid black blocks and painted these turrets red. Remove those two, which just leaves the roof and the Imperial quarters. So let's go around and do those. Okay, so this floor, I think we're going to do like that. And our one remaining door block. Put here. This wall, let's go for this again. I might just put a slightly darker sort of path up the middle. Okay, this really needs to be a kind of carpet, so which one would you want to go for? I like this. Do you want to leave it as blue? It does actually fit the room quite nicely. Blue again works here. Let's get not that one. That one, I think. Let's recolour the elevator. This one, that needs to be done. Need to do something else with that ceiling. We'll do this, but I think we'll find a different shade of blue. Oh, actually, that works. This part, marble again. And this is basically part of the podium, so what we'll do is just continue that. With the black blocks. Okay, so we've got the roof to do, and I want to get, while I'm in here, I want to get these inner slopes done if I can. Okay, so we've got the inner slopes of the roof done. Now it's time to go and get some deco blocks cooking to replace these sofas. And get the striker out and go and sit on the roof and paint it marble. No point leaving that running, so I might as well turn it off to conserve power. Okay, the roof is done. And my deco blocks should be ready by now. And boom, just like that, we are done with this build. Holy crap, this has taken me basically 2 full days. Wow, this is a big build. Okay, we're going to go outside and I'm going to give you the grand tour of the place. We can see the whole thing in one long sweep. So, as a common citizen of the Empire, or as perhaps a senator or one of their assistants, you'll be approaching the main entrance, in this case to the southeast of the Senate. You can see we've got the fantastic giant blue crystals with their cyan emitter stations holding them aloft through the main door here. And on your right, as you come in, you can go up the stairs to the gallery, or you can go through the doors to the canteen, and further along we have the public bathroom. So let's go back out and take a look up on the gallery. Up here, if you stand on the ramp, you have a view over the Senate floor and up to where the Emperor's podium stands. Unless you stand there, in which case you can't see anything. You'll notice that the Imperial podium is held up by red crystals, slightly smaller than the ones at the front, but still quite impressive in size. And this is the Senate floor itself, on a 3-layer terrace with some lovely carpets on the main floor, and the rest of it done in marble bricks. Again, these fantastically engineered floating blocks supporting the ceiling and being supported by the crystals below. And further to the right we have the public offices where senators' assistants can log onto the internet and surf the news, see how public opinion's doing, that sort of thing. And all the desks of course have a view onto the floor or to beneath the terraces if you happen to be sitting at this end. On this floor we have a breakout area for anyone working in this office. And lastly we have the top floor, which I think you'll agree is the classiest floor. So there remains one area for me to show you, which is the private Imperial section of the Senate. So we open the door here, come down the long corridor protected by no less than 5 sentry guns. Here we have an office for the Emperor's personal assistants and the main generator, fuel tank and ammunition container for the building. Up on the next floor is the Emperor's private rest chamber, and then finally up on the second floor of this part of the complex, the Imperial podium itself. So as Emperor I will emerge, come to the podium here and look down at my loyal senators below. So I hereby move that EkkiThump be elected Emperor of the entire universe. All those in favour say aye. Aye. All those against say nay. The ayes have it. I am hereby elected Emperor of the universe. and that's quite an accomplishment, I'm sure you'll agree. So that is the Imperial Senate. I'm going to put the blueprint for this up on the Steam Workshop just in case you want to download your own copy. Maybe play around with the colour scheme. I'm sure this isn't to everybody's taste, but I rather like it. And yeah, that was how I spent my weekend. So I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you all next time.